Hi, and welcome to Coffee with Connie. I want to welcome everyone that's here with me now. If you are here with me, let me know in the chat. And oh, we got Professor Biscuit here.
Mhm.
And also those of you that will be watching on the replay, leave a comment. Let us know you watched the replay. And yeah, welcome everyone. I'm so happy to be here. And I am live from a hotel room. Repairs are being done on our house right now. Uh, I'm ready to be back home. All right, so let's see who all is here. We have Trey that had stopped by, and he wished everyone a happy 4th of July. And I do hope everyone had a happy 4th of July. And Trey loves squeezy bottles. He loves squeezy things. Let's see. Yeah, I miss Melissa with Melissa's Crochet with Love. It's been quite a while since I've heard from her. And it's so sad what happened with Kim's Crochet and Knits. For those that don't know, she had passed away a while back. And it's so sad to hear about a Yorny friend passing away. All right, let's see. Lana's here. How are you today? Oh, I want to know, what are y'all working on? Speak crochet to me. I'm having withdrawals. I should have packed a bag to bring with me to the hotel, but I only thought I was going to be here 3 days, and now it's longer. And I'm like, why didn't I pack a bag? And now it's going to be hard to find which box my stuff is in. So yeah, I'm having crochet withdrawals. So speak yarn to me, and crochet, knitting, all that. And I want to know what y'all drinking. Any plans for the weekend? How's the weather? Here it's 90 degrees. And let's see, Debbie's here and Janet. Hey, hey, hey. So glad to see y'all. Yeah, and thank you, Lana, for becoming a member. And let's see, we have Susan here, Cheryl B, Missy. Welcome, welcome. Janet hasn't been crocheting or knitting, so we in the same boat. And Cynthia's here, and Cheryl. So good to see all of y'all. Debbie is crocheting a willow crocheting square, and she has water in her cup. And Debbie Flaws here, and Mateo. How are y'all? Yeah, let me know what you're working on, plans for the weekend, what's in your cup, and how's your weather? But yeah, I am homesick. I'm just ready for the repairs to be back done so we can get back to our house and get back into our regular life. But then we got to get everything back in our house, back organized. So it's going to be fun. And even once I get back home, I don't know at first how much I'll be able to put videos out because I'm still going to be busy. But once everything gets situated, I should be back to my channel like normal. But yeah, fun. Janet says it's 90, feeling like 99 in North Carolina. Yeah, with our heat index, it feels hotter. I do not like the hot weather. But yeah, the plumbing's getting redone at our house. They're fixing, like, on the floor and the walls, like if there's any rotten wood, they're fixing that. So like the section where the air conditioner is in the living room, they had to tear part of that wall down and put new wall up. My filming area, the shelves were taken down. And I don't know why it's like this, but there's a window behind the shelves. So hopefully that's not going to create issues with the glare on my videos. Now I may end up moving my filming area too. That's something that's up, that could be a possibility. But the walls probably won't be brown anymore. They're supposed to paint the walls unless something changes with that. So that, like, I don't know. I don't know if y'all agree with me on this, but I feel like dark walls look dreary. Like there's something about like either like a pretty color or like just white that it brightens a room. It makes it look more cheery. But yeah, and then like the place by the door, they replaced the wood there. But they're also supposed to redo the flooring and, like I said, paint the walls, paint the outside. But some of that stuff it could change because Frank's uncle is running the show on things. So we'll see what happens with that. But I'm excited to see what it's going to look like when it's done. But I'm homesick. And I want to thank Debbie Graubert for being a channel member for 6 months. And Lana has been a channel member for 2 months. So thank y'all so much for that. All right, let's catch up with everybody. All right. I think I read about Debbie crocheting a willow crocheting square and water in her cup. Oh, Debbie Flaw is drinking blueberry coffee and knitting on a shawl edging. Ooh, shawl. And it's 86 degrees in Swayze, Indiana. Well, I have some coffee in my cup, and I also have my water bottle with the Starburst drink mix. That's what's in my cup. But before, like, I still have a lot of stuff to still share with y'all. Oh, Frank's drinking his coffee. But his is more like milk. It's mostly milk and a little bit of coffee and a lot of sugar. But I had worked on a bunch of hats that I haven't showed y'all yet. I did the On the Rails beanie by Bod. I think I made like 5 of them. The Off the Rails beanie, I made 4 of those. I made a newsboy hat that was by Morley Bird. And I made that golfer hat by Bag O'Day. And I think I still have a shawl or 2 to share with y'all. So once I get back in the routine, I do have a lot of makes to show y'all. Let's see. Cheryl B says, y'all could be right here in Florida where it's 91. Debbie says 88 here in Cajun land. I miss it down there. I miss my hometown. Let's see. Yeah, we have 2 Debbies in the house. Debbie Graubert and Debbie B. No, I'm sorry. I'm messing up. Debbie Graubert and Debbie Flaw. Then we have 2 Cheryls, but one spelled with a C. and the other one's spelt with an S. So we have double names going on today. But one thing that I want to do, like I want to change my bathroom up to sea turtles. So I want to crochet some sea turtles for my bathroom. And then my kitchen, I want to do like sunflower gnomes. So I want to crochet some sunflowers and gnomes like that to put it in my kitchen. So what all have y'all been up to? Any excitement going on in y'all lives? Like not much really goes on over here. It's quiet. Um Now I have been working on the joy video where you can, the finished projects video and other pictures that bring you joy. I'm hoping that I can maybe get that video out either tomorrow or Monday. I got all the pictures on a background, but I still gotta like put them in the editing software and film the beginning and the end. But I may try to film that part of the video later on today after the live ends. Hi Sarah, how are you today? What you been working on? And Angela, how are y'all? Oh, Debbie's been doing some weaving on a big floor loom. Ooh, neat. I remember as a kid, y'all know the little pot holder looms? I used to always make pot holders. I did that a lot. Let's see. Angela is drinking water, working on her first sweater. Oh, Sarah's going to start a horseshoe crab today when she gets done with work. And Cheryl's been getting ready for her son and his family to come out from Michigan next weekend. Ooh, sounds like fun. She's so excited. His wife of 1 year has only been to Oregon once. Her three girls haven't been here before. Oh, fun times. Fun times. Yeah, I forgot. Let's see. Oh, yeah, is it a crochet or knit sweater, Angela? But yeah, I am out of practice doing lives. It has been quite some time. I got to get myself back into the groove. Get into the groove. Frank has a big grin on his face. He's laughing at me. So, has anyone bought any yarn lately? Any good sales? So some of y'all may not know about this, but you know how Bag O' Day had that giveaway recently, giving away one of her Afghan kits with her new yarn. I was fortunate enough to be one of the winners, which I am really excited about. So, do y'all want to see which kit and colorway I went with? Let me pull it up. Give me just a second. Let's see. Ah, give me just a minute. Doo, 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 doo. It's a cut under pressure. That's the one I went with. Let me pull that up. It's this one here, the round one. I really love that round one. And I went with this colorway, the exquisite clutter, but that's the colorway I went with. But yeah, I was in shock whenever I won. I found out I won because it started off. I had checked my Facebook and I saw right at the first post on my feed was tagging me saying that I won. And at first I'm like, is this a scam or something? And then I look and I see it's a post from my Facebook group. And then I saw that it was from Jan. And I'm like, okay, this is legit. And then I'm like, let me turn it on. I gotta see this to believe this, you know. And sure enough, and then like I checked like my email and my messenger, and I had like so many people messaging me. So I want to thank all of those that messaged me for looking out for me because I could have possibly not have seen it because I had been busy with stuff, packing stuff up at the house. So yeah, let's see. Oh, okay. The Angela sweater is crochet. Cynthia just finished some pot holders for her son. Now she's working on a baby sweater. Nice. Oh, Cheryl, you won some yarn. Um, who did you win yarn from? And what type? Inquiring minds want to know. Well, they're not too happy. They've been sleeping a lot too. Yeah, I'm just ready for my cats to be back to normalcy. Let's see, Janet says no yarn. Thank you, everyone. I know, isn't that blanket gorgeous? But I'm probably going to wait until like fall to start on it when the weather gets cooler. It's too hot to be crocheting a blanket right now. Oh, Missy, you won ribbons from your county fair? Oh, awesome. Awesome. Hi, Jay. How are you? And Dawn? How are y'all? And what are y'all working on? What's in your cup? How's your weather? Any plans for the weekend? Your internet went out. Oh, yeah, no fun being without internet. Let's see. Oh, yeah, that's going to be a gorgeous blanket. Oh, yeah. But yeah, I mean, I never thought I would win a Bag O Day giveaway. I never did. And I almost forgot to enter. And whenever, like, I remember, you know, I had noticed it again on my feed. I thought it was too late. And then I checked the date and I'm like, oh, good. I still have time to enter. I'm like, okay, let me enter now before I forget. Perfect timing, though. Missy says, yes, 6 blue ribbons and a best of show ribbon. You were so excited. I bet. So what did you enter for the fair, Missy? Let's see. Cheryl Smith says, I win the yarn from Christina Abella Unciento. Do you know what yarn she sent? The package should arrive today. No, I'm not sure what her giveaway was. I'm gonna have to try to remember to go check it out so I can see what you won. Yes, if anyone wants their channel links dropped, just type the word drop in the chat and Mr. Nightbot will drop your channel link. But please try to limit it to like once or twice during the live. I know, like I had been wanting those kit, the kit too, Missy. And really, I still want that other one, the one that she did in yellow. But I want a different colorway. I probably, whenever I finally get that one, I'll probably do blue. I don't know yet. I might change my mind. And then I think she's supposed to have some new colors coming out. So curious what new colors there'll be. All right, Cheryl B says currently knitting a lace shawl. Ooh, I love lace shawls and knitting. Yeah, slowly, and it's so easy doing lace work to make boo-boos. Good, you're using a lifeline. Yeah, lifelines are your friend with knitted lace work. Lifelines in knitting, you basically put like a strand of yarn in your work and it holds your stitches, because frogging and knitting is not fun. Fixing your boo-boos is not fun. And basically you put one in like every so many rows, kind of what you feel comfortable, how often. Most people probably do every like 5 or 10 rows. They put one in. And say you make a boo-boo, you can frog it and it'll take you to where the lifeline is, and that lifeline holds your stitches so you can get those stitches back on the needle. So lifelines are your friend in knitting. Hello, Genevieve. How are you? So happy to see you. So happy to see everyone. Yeah, and if y'all haven't told me, I want to know what you've been working on, what you're drinking, plans for the weekend. How's your weather? I got a lot of questions. Oh, it was a grand prize at her 4th anniversary party. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. Hey, Beverly, how are you today? So glad to see you. Genevieve says solid colors for bot. Oh, so it's just going to be solid colors, not the gradient style. Her new yarns. Hello, Sherry. How are you? Yeah, well, I'm sort of back a little. Things are kind of crazy right now. I know, like, we were told that the work on our house may be finished Wednesday. So I don't know exactly when we'll be back at our house, but being at the hotel, it's likely going to be easier for me to do a little content from the hotel, because let's face it, I'm bored. I'm going stir crazy. I miss being home. And then it could get pushed back more again. And then once we get back to the house, then we got to get everything back in the house and organized. So it's going to be so much fun. I'm just ready for this to be over with. But once the house gets situated and all, the house is going to look so much better. And at that point, then I'll be able to get back and to hopefully doing my videos regularly. At least that is the plan. But even when I first get back in the house, I will be busy. Let's see. Missy says I entered my Mandela Madness Christmas blanket. Won best of show. My my opposition. Op, I cannot say that word. Frank's coming. I'm getting tongue twisted on it.
I'm going to
Look right here.
possum.
A possum.
Possum. No O.
Oh, possum.
The O is silent.
With babies, a baby romper, a rose scarf, a bosun hat, my Alfred, the Christmas elf. Ooh, nice. And I love Mandela blankets. Those are beautiful. Cheryl B is knitting a Rowan-free pattern called Fizz. Ooh. And I can't wait to see pictures of all y'all beautiful makes. But any pictures I get at, like from this point on, isn't going to be okay. I have all the pictures that I have up to this point. I already put the backgrounds on them for the next Joy video that I'm trying to get out tomorrow or Monday. So it wouldn't be in that video. It'd be in the following one, which would hopefully be about a month later. All right, let's see. Arrow lovers here. Howdy, howdy. Oh, and you know, I saw that. I was meaning to wish you happy birthday on the live, Angela. So happy birthday. Any plans for the your day? Going out to dinner, getting any yarn? Let's see. Cheryl B says using a yarn with a halo was not a good idea, but I'm committed, or should be. Yeah, the halos. You know, yarns with halo, if I have, like in crochet, if I have a long chain, I tried doing that with the yarn with the halo. I couldn't. It was like, it was too hard, like finding the stitches in that beginning chain. Ooh, sparkle yarn. Ooh, sparkle makes everything better. Okay, that's what she said. I need to catch up on her nerdy crocheter videos. I'm behind on them. And you know what I've gotten back into watching lately? The Young and the Restless and the Bold and the Beautiful. Do any of y'all watch those soap operas? Let's see. Sherry's working on a crochet sweater and crochet sock. Ooh, nice. Yeah, I want to see y'all works when y'all done. Send pictures. Let's see. Everyone's wishing Angela happy birthday. You know, I think I should sing her happy birthday. Don't laugh. I know I can't sing. Happy birthday to Angela. Happy birthday to Angela. Happy birthday, dear Angela. Happy birthday to you, and get lots of yarn. All right, let's see. Oh, so there might be sparkle in her yarn? Ooh, that would be awesome. Let's see. Jana says she can't wait for the tour of the remodeling. Yeah, I'm curious because like they're gonna do some type of wood paneling floor. And the walls are supposed to be painted. I presume it's gonna be like a white or off-white type color. At least that's what we were told, but stuff can change. But the main thing is getting some of the like major stuff fixed, because The plumbing issues was damaging the floor, like the wood to the floor, but I'm hoping it'll be nice and comfy and cozy once we get situated. Let's see. Genevieve says, still working on the never ending, which means it's never going to end. So therefore, you'll never finish. Let's see. Arrow Lover says, I just did Bod's Circle of Times Square. Next is Peephole and Ferris wheel squares. Ooh, nice. Heidi's here. Howdy, howdy, Heidi. She stumbles in, still tired but awake for the day. You know, I don't know about y'all, but I think there's something in the air because I know, like, I was tired. It was like my coffee did not perk me up. I had to get me a second cup of coffee to help, and I'm still kind of dragging. And then I was talking to Cheryl Smith, and she was having the same issue. So I'm starting to think there's something in the air. So let me know. Arrow Lover said, watched all my children. Now, as a kid, my favorite was Guiding Light. Let's see. Missy says, I feel for you being displaced due to the work in your home. We just went through a 3-week long bathroom renovation. Thank goodness we have a second bathroom, but also had family in town at that time. Yeah, it's so fun. And we only have one bathroom. Now, at some point, we may be able to go back to the house before all the work is finished. Because that's what they said initially. Because they talked like we were supposed to be back in the house Thursday, and the work would be finished Friday of the week that just ended. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Let's see. Genevieve is a Days of Our Lives person. Heidi says, I am working on Waterfall Ripple Throw, and it's mine this time. Mine, mine, mine. And the crafty gypsy is here. Jessie, right? I know Jessie has gypsy in her name, and also Lisa. But I think you're Jessie. Correct me if I'm wrong. Howdy, howdy. Let's see. Cheryl saying, that was my show too. My eldest son is named after one of the characters. Shh, don't tell them. Let's see. Joanne is here. Howdy, howdy. How are you? Oh, you can't stay? Well, I hope you have a fabulous day. Let's see. Lana says, still having Wi-Fi phone issues. We'll be in and out. Let's see. Missy says, I'm working on my Wednesday wipeout for the week. Nice. Heidi needs coffee. Preciousness. Gotta love coffee. Let's see. Sarah says 6 espresso shots. I can always drink more. Debbie says yes. Been years watching soap operas. Heidi says we have storms ripping through the area. That's what's affecting me. Yeah, we've been getting some rain like the last week. Susan says, I think it's the weather. Fall can't get here quick enough. Tell me about it. Tell me about it. I do not like hot weather. And like while I was like packing up the stuff and all, like I was sweating big time. I was so hot. I get hot easily. Missy says I'm dragging too. I'm about to go make an iced protein coffee. I think it's the heat and humidity that's sapping everyone's energy. Oh yeah, the heat will do that too. And let's see, Lacey's here. Lacey Lavender. Howdy, howdy. Yeah, that could be something to Lacey. Yep. Okay, it is Jesse. Okay, good, good, good. I was pretty sure, but sometimes like when like channels names or like names are similar, sometimes you start to confuse it. And my brain malfunctions sometimes. Genevieve says I stopped watching soaps when I got years older than the people. Yeah, I had stopped watching them for years. And then like I happened to like let's see what's going on in soap opera land. Let's see. Tiffany's here. Howdy, Tiffany. How are you? And anyone joining us, let me know what you've been working on. How's the weather in your area? Plans for the weekends? And what are you drinking? Let's see. Janet says, my girls and I were tired, dizzy, and nauseous. That's not good. I hope y'all are feeling better. Let's see. Heidi says, well, how many of us crafters make something for someone else and rarely, if ever, do something for us? Yeah, that is true. Linda's here. Howdy, howdy. And Tiffany, so good to see y'all. I missed y'all. I know it's been too long since I've been around. Let's see. Cheryl says the blanket she's doing is hers this time. Oh, yeah. That big C needs to go away and stay away. Hit the road, big C, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. Yeah, I try to stay indoors too, Janet. It's too hot out there. Heidi says, I am still in a long term hotel, waiting for a time when we can try for housing. Hey, we're hotel buddies right now, Heidi. That's where I'm at until my house is ready to go back to. I miss home. Home. Let's see. Tiffany's doing well. Awesome. Yeah, autocorrect loves to change words. Missy says, I haven't watched soap since I was a kid. My aunt was deaf, so me and my cousin had to translate everything they said in sign language because you didn't have closed caption TV yet. I said, never again. I remember we had this big, the big old bubble TVs, and like it started like the picture was starting to act up on it, and when the picture would scramble, we would have to take a shoe and knock the bottom of the TV to get the picture back in. And then over time, it got worse and worse. For finally, we had to replace the TV. We couldn't get it to unscramble. Hi, Janice. How are you today? So happy to see you. Sarah says, I very rarely make anything for me, so I went and played with a friend's yarn. She gave me a shirt she completed and was gonna frog. Let's see. Oh, thank you, Heidi. Yeah, unfortunately, the big C hasn't completely gone away. Let's see. Genevieve says, hate it when my babies learned about outside. They wanted to be out all the time. Hey, as a kid, it was fun to play. Got into everything as a kid. Oh, it's coffee time for Heidi. 75 XP. I think that has to do with the commenting because, like, it shows like who's commented the most and like what placement you were with how much you've commented. I don't know. It's a new feature that they've added. Um, oh, yeah, lots of love in this channel. Yeah, love makes the world go round. Yeah, I want to know how people used to like function, without AC, where like they would use fans and stuff, especially in places that it gets hot. Mm-mm. But then too, whenever I was a kid, it seemed like you could handle the heat better. Yeah, autocorrect has a mind of its own. It definitely has a mind of its own. But but yeah, we just been hanging out in the hotel room. Frank was watching Barbie the movie. He put it on the other day. I was laughing. The water cooler fans. Yeah, I'm spoiled to AC. So spoiled to AC. But yeah, I'm missing my crochet hooks. Why didn't I pack a bag? Why, Connie? Why? But I thought like it would just be 3 days and I'm like, okay, I'll just, wait till I get home. I can go 3 days without crocheting. But now I'm having crochet withdrawals. I was fixing to start Bod's I think it was a borderline beanie. It was one of those in that group. I was fixing to start on that one. I'm I'm on a I'm on a I've been on a beanie kick. But I don't know what I'm gonna make afterwards. I was thinking about starting one of Bod's cardigans, that once you get in the houndstooth stitch with the trim. But then I might work on some amigurumis for my house. Janet says she hasn't watched the soaps in decades. Was who singing, Genevieve? Lacey says, I used fans several years ago. I was living without AC. When night came, I put a fan in the window to draw in the cooler air. And then at dawn, I'd close the windows and just have the fans on inside. And I know a lot of times, like people up north aren't as prone to having AC. Hello, Luck Dragon. How are you today? I think Luck Dragon's trying to sing. I need you to put on a sad song With a sad song, the heat doesn't bother us. I like music from the 80s. That's my go-to for music. Oh, Janice used to watch Dallas. My one daughter is named Samantha. I watched it some as a kid. Now I remember whenever Bobby, they they had his character had passed away. And then he came back to the show, and then they had to find a way to write him back in. So they made that season all a dream. And I was just like, let's see. Arrow Lover says, I made her from Grandpa's closet. Jana says, beanies make good Christmas gifts. Yes, they do. Oh, you want Frank to sing, Genevieve? I think he's sleeping. I think he fell asleep. Let's see. Lacey says, I kept all the curtains closed too, as the sun couldn't beat in the windows and make it hotter. You know what I'm wondering about? You know how they have the what you call it, the dark out curtains or something like that? Oh, blackout curtains, that's what it's called. I'm curious, like, do they work well with helping to cool your house down? Let's see. Heidi says, my crochet hook is permanently fused to my hand. Normally it is. Genevieve saying no music from the 60s and 70s. I like my 80s music. Oh, that's when you stop watching Dallas? Yes. That's one thing I really miss with TV. How you used to have the major cliffhangers at the end of the season. Now it's not like that really anymore with shows. And a lot of times you can just go online and find out spoilers. Hello, Sherry. How are you? So glad to see you. Let's see. Lacey saying my landlord had lied and said he was fixing the AC and I just couldn't afford it, but I was still better off than being homeless and living outside in it. I got a window unit a couple of years later. Well, glad you have AC now. Let's see. Hello, Knitting and Crochet Queen. How are you? And what's your first name? Yeah, those of y'all joining in, let me know what you're working on. What you're working on, what's in your cup, how's your weather, plans for the weekend. Janet says my curtains stay closed, especially in the summer. Oh yeah, I'm tired of this heat. I am so tired of the heat. So tired. Okay, your name is Hope. Now, when it comes to being a mod on my channel, I kind of wait until I get to know someone better before appointing them as a mod. Now maybe later on, once I get to know you a little more, I might be able to add you then. All right, let's see. Lacey says, yes, they do work. They keep the sun out and they insulate. They're good for keeping your home warmer in the winter too. Okay, good. Because I was looking at them and I was like, how well do they really work? Because like our house is not well insulated. Now, I mean, now that they replaced that wall where the air conditioner is and it's better sealed, that should help some, hopefully. Oh, Hope, you've been making a knitted scarf. Ooh, nice. So, are you just a knitter, or do you crochet too? Let's see. Oh, you Luck Dragon, you like to stay awake up all night? Let's see. Genevieve says if I find a good show with a great cliffhanger, they cancel the show. Yeah, I don't like that. Like they just like you just feel like you're left hanging. Like no closure. I want closures on shows that I watch. Tiffany says blackout curtains are great. They don't keep all of the heat out, but they keep the room they are in very dark, so that helps a bit. And you see, that's another thing because like I can get like I'm prone to eye sensitivity to light. So I don't like when the sun is like glaring through the windows. Sherry says, I wish I had line curtains right now. I live in a mobile home and I have no trees around me like a tuna can. Yeah, we used to have more shading, but we had this tree in our front yard and it started dying. And actually at one point, half the tree like fell into the road. And like a few months back, we finally got the tree completely cut down. But then it's like you lose shade because you don't have that tree anymore. But like I said, it had stopped producing leaves at a certain point. But let's see. Lacey says mine usually do too because I'm not a night person and I sleep in the day. I just woke up about a half hour ago. Oh, I think we got Debbie watching Dallas. Oh, you're from Australia? Hope. Ooh, nice. And it's 4:18 a.m. there. Let's see. Oh, Genevieve says the house she grew up in still had blackout curtains from World War II. Oh, it's winter there. Like I can like how Alaska, how you have times of the year like I think it's like all daytime, and then like other times of the year where it's all nighttime. That just seems so like weird, but it's fascinating. And I know whenever I was stationed in Diego Garcia, it was basically summer all year long. There was no cold weather there. Now you did have what they considered the rainy season, but like I said, it still had like the hot temperature. Hope now right now I am not working on anything. Um, my house is getting repaired, and I really should have packed some stuff to work on, but I didn't. I only thought I was going to be out of my house 3 days, but I was working on beanies before I had to start like packing stuff up for the work being done on my house. And probably whenever I crochet, I'll be working on one of Bod's beanies. Um, because I had started writing down the instructions. I think it's the borderline beanie by her. I think that's the one. It's either borderline or baseline. Line curtains were great. Ooh, Hope's making a granny square blanket to crochet. Nice. Hey, Brenda, how are you today? So glad to see you. Oh, you're a mod on 2 channels? Yeah. And like now, like with how Nightbot is set up, I also like I don't really need as many moderators as I used to when I first started my channel. Because now Nightbot drops the channel links. Let's see. Oh, that's awesome that you quit smoking, Sherry. That's awesome. Yeah, mobile homes can get hot. Oh yeah, I love 80s music like Pat Benatar, Debbie Gibson, Aerosmith, Poison, uh, Bon Jovi. There's a lot of others too. I just can't think of them off the top of my head. Sherry says, I finished 3 Lababus for my grandson and their little cousin. What is Lababus? I am from Louisiana, the boot. Oh, that's awesome, Lacey. Way to go. And you know that, Sherry, I was scared of that with that tree we had. I always feared like bad weather or a hurricane and that tree would come falling down on my house. I am so glad that tree is gone. So glad because it's like I don't have that fear anymore. Yeah, heat is not any fun. Yeah, that did have to be scary. I would have freaked out if that would have happened. Oh, so hope you're a knitter and crocheter. Awesome. So am I. Oh, what you ended up in the hospital from it? Oh. Well, I'm glad you're okay now. Brenda says she's doing well. Sherry likes the classic rock and reggae. Lacey says, yeah, that'd be expensive, but I wasn't paying for them anyway because my now ex-husband helped his friend out at a shop and he got whatever he wanted in place of money. That's not good. Oh, okay, hold up. Okay, never mind. I misread it. But it's good whenever you can get something at a discounted price or free. Luck Dragon, do you crochet or knit? Oh, I think y'all need to hear ooh la la. Ooh la la, everyone. Ooh la la. But yeah, I am having my yarn withdrawals, crochet withdrawals. Thank you, Luck Dragon. So, has anyone learned anything new with crocheting or knitting? Any new stitches? Any new techniques? I know with Bod's beanies, I was doing a lot of front post double crochet stitches, but that's not something new to me. Let's see. I'll give y'all a little time to see if anyone's worked on anything, learned anything new, and then we'll probably start wrapping things up. But yeah, the only thing like close by me, there's a little gas station next door. But I'll be glad once I'm back home. Hello, October girl. How are you today? Do you crochet or knit? Are you a crocheter or knitter? Cheryl saying Bod did a tutorial for a triple variation that is really cool. I've used it in the blanket I'm making. Yeah, Bod always has awesome tutorials. The boys aren't happy. They're not too happy right now. They're ready to be back home. They're ready to be spoiled rotten. Yeah, but they're like I said, they're not very happy right now. They're sleeping at the moment. Okay, you crocheting, you can knit a little. Awesome. Awesome, awesome. But yeah, I'm so not looking forward with having to reorganize my house, getting everything back in it and picking it up. That will not be fun. Exactly. They know it's not home for babies. Cheryl B says, I recently learned how to do this. Not sure what this is. Oh, you finally had your cheater coffee, Heidi? Coffee makes everything better. I love coffee. Let's see. Lacey says, I'm working on my oversized hoodie and really hope to finish it soon. I'm on the sleeves and then we'll just need to put it together and trim it with teddy yarn. Nice. Nowhere to roam around. Yep. I know it's getting to me being in a hotel room, you know. So I'm sure that it's getting to them. But but yeah, another thing I need to start working on too is I need to catch up on my Christmas ornaments, and I want to make Christmas amigurumis. Oh, you learned how to do the jasmine stitch? Yeah, that one is a pretty stitch. I think I learned how to do it with when Bago Day did that beanie using the jasmine stitch. Sherry says she switched to iced coffee in the summer. Yeah, I had gotten some of the cold brew and it was good. Like normally, I'm not big on like just iced coffee, where you take the hot coffee or warm coffee over ice, because I find it's just like it's that in between temperature. I'm like, I either want my coffee cold or hot. Heidi says it's Madrina's wild honey flavor makes a really good iced coffee. October Girl says I live out of coffee. Gotta have coffee. Coffee makes everything better. Now we're getting Cheryl B wanting to make coffee. Let's see. Sherry says, every time I want to learn a stitch, I just do a YouTube search and write down the directions. Yeah, a lot of times I tend to do that with video tutorials. I just jot down the directions so I don't have to keep going to the video. Oh, Halloween makes, yes, Missy. I still have some patterns that I had gotten off of Etsy that I need to make. Halloween stuff, fall. And I have some other ones like Easter, St. Patrick's Day, but I'll make them eventually. Arrow Lover loves cold brew with a shot or two of espresso. See, I like putting some sugar-free coffee creamer, the liquid, with the cold brew. Good. Yeah, YouTube is a great resource. So true. Hi, Aisha. How are you? And what are you working on? I want to know, like I said, what you're working on, what you're drinking, plans for the weekend, and what's in your cup. Let's see. Sherry says, oh no, I have a gallon jar with a spigot in my fridge. I brew it and cool it, then put it in the fridge so it goes in the cup cold. But you know what's funny? Like, to me, I thought like you could just brew tea, let it cool off, then put it in the fridge, and then you can make your own cold brew. But Frank says that that's not how they do it. So, and that is like a bigger process. So I don't know. But I did start getting hooked on cold brew. Oh no, your daughter's allergic to the ingredients in the caramel Starbucks iced coffee. Aw. Sherry says, exactly. That is what I do. And that is how I learned how to read patterns, by taking notes when watching tutorials. And another good way to learn to read patterns, find patterns that has a video tutorial and a written pattern. And while you're watching the video tutorial, you can see how they write it. Like Crochet Crowd is good for it, Morley Bird, and I'm sure there's some others, but those are the two that I'm most familiar with that does it. And some of my last beanie tutorials, I have the tutorial and then the patterns, which now on my Ravelry, you do have to pay for the patterns. But if you come around my channel a lot, it's easy to win my patterns. I tend to do giveaways on them a lot. Lacey says all she drinks is filtered or bottled water. Yeah, I usually get the water bottles. I like to add sugar-free drink mixes to mine. And I just strip water on myself. Aisha's doing okay. Awesome. Yes, that would be awesome. Last year, Missy made this beautiful big Beetlejuice Beetlejuice inspired pumpkin. And Cheryl told me about it, Cheryl Smith. And when I saw it, I was like, ooh, I want to make it. So I looked, I kind of tried to look to get an idea of how Missy went about doing hers. And I did mine a little different, but it was similar to hers. I love that pumpkin. Love it, love it, love it. But yeah, that would be awesome if you come up with something good like that again. Let's see, Jay is making dish scrubbies this weekend to replace her others that are getting worn out. Nice. Yeah, Missy is awesome at amigurumis. Aisha's been pretty busy in her second channel with her jewelry business. And let's see, Sherry says, I am trying to get better at reading diagrams. Yeah, I need to learn how to read diagrams. She says, so I like the diagram with the written instructions. That way you can do a pattern in any language if they have a diagram. And Heidi says, I have like 2 patterns I won from you that I have never claimed because I just don't have time. Well, when you're ready to claim them, just send me an email. Yeah, Aisha, if you type drop in the chat, it'll drop your link for your channel. Yeah, I thought that was so creative how Missy did that. Yeah, Battle of the Stitches shares a new stitch with tutorials each month. Yeah, Battle of the Stitches. Battle of the Stitches is I'm getting tongue tied. It's fun, and I participated 1 month doing it. You 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 get just enough commissions that you have to do a lot of juggling. Yeah, and I have that book, the one that they use for Battle of the Stitches. I have that stitch book, and I have some other stitch books. I like learning new stitches, and whenever I design patterns, I like learning new stitches when I when I make my designs. Let's see. Massive Crochet the stitches. I'm gonna have to check her out because I like stitch tutorials. Yeah, we do, Missy. That would be fun to do. Maybe this year, just got to see how things are going at that time for me. By then, I should be back into the swing of things. You've been ditching patterns, Lacey, and thinking about designing her own and writing patterns. That's cool. Yeah, I did a wrap. Oh, thank you. Yeah, my pattern actually won Battle of the Stitches. And oh, who was it that won it? Oh, it's at the tip of my tongue. It's at the tip of my tongue. Oh, there are so many stitches. And then some stitches have more than one name. Yeah, one of my books has 500 stitches. And then I have this like calendar type one, but it don't give names to the stitches, but they have some cool stuff in there. But I think I have about 4, maybe 5 stitch books, and then I have 2 border books. But I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. Like I said, I'm hoping to put out the joy video with the finished projects and all, either tomorrow or the next day, if all goes well. And I may do like a pattern sharing video depending on how long I'm at this hotel. But like I said, it may be a month before I'm really back completely. If I have a chance, I may do another live. Just gotta kind of play it by ear. But it has been so awesome talking to all of y'all and reconnecting. And I hope y'all had a good time today. And I want to thank all of y'all for watching. Those of y'all that are channel members, thank y'all for supporting my channel. I can't play my little video because StreamYard has changed stuff with playing videos, where now you got to have the paid for version. And to me, I think it's too much money what they're asking for the paid for version. But anyway, I hope everyone has a fabulous Yorny day. Be the light. Always remember to be the best, sparkly you that you can be. Be cool, be kind, and y'all know what time it is, don't y'all? Come on, let's ooh la la. I want to see y'all ooh la laing. I can see you. Bye, everyone. Have a great weekend.